Top 10 Celebrating African Music Legends. Welcome to our latest video on Top 10 Celebrating African Music Legends. In this video, we will take a journey through the rich and diverse musical heritage of the African continent and honor the most iconic and influential musicians who have left a lasting impact on the world. So, get ready to discover the inspiring tales and unforgettable tunes of these African music legends. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to never miss a video from our channel. Let's get started. Fela, 1958 to 1997. Olufala Olusegun Oludotun Ransomcut Fela Kuti was the birth name of Fela Kuti in 1938. He was one of the most important musicians of the 20th century as well as a political firebrand. He was influenced by the Black Power movement and the Black Panther Party and was born into a middle-class family of Nigerian political activists. In 1971, he founded the Kalakuta Republic, a community, recording studio, and residence for a large number of musicians and political dissidents. Nigerian musician and activist Fela Kuti established the Kalakuta Republic as a sovereign nation and built the Shrine nightclub in Lagos. He was a target of the neighborhood police for marijuana use, and in 1977 he recorded the album Zombie, which was critical of the Nigerian army. He established the MOP political party in 1979 and began using his music as a tool for politics. In the 1990s, he eventually quit performing as a result of tighter restrictions and declining health. King Sunny Ade, 1946–present. King Sunny Ade is a well-known artist from Nigeria at the forefront of the growth and global acceptance of Juju music, a blend of Western rock and roll and traditional Yoruba vocal and percussion styles. In the middle of the 1960s, he switched highlife for Juju and created the African beats to represent the re-Africanization of the genre. With Yoruba talking drums and a call-and-response vocal structure, Ike Dairo had already altered Juju. Early records by Ade and the African beats were well received, and in 1977 he has crowned the king of Juju. He joined Island Records at the start of the 1980s and released Juju Music, 1982. His subsequent album, Synchro System, 1983, saw a spike in bookings abroad. Ade concentrated his artistic endeavors at home and started to change the subject of his lyrics from the problems in Nigerian society to his hardships. Brenda Fassie, 1964–2004. In Langa, Cape Town, Brenda Nakazola Fassie was born in 1964. She took to singing at a young age, her mother accompanying her, and was named after the American country music performer Brenda Lee. When she was 16 years old, legendary producer Koloy Lebona visited her and validated how much she valued her voice. In 1983, she started the well-known band Brenda and the Big Dudes and released the smash single, Weekend Special. She started collaborating with producer Seyo Chico Twala in the late 1980s, and in 1989, she attained platinum status. Her bisexuality and use of drugs and alcohol were also covered by the media. She returned to the music business in 1995 as the producer of her album Now Is the Time, which included 2 duets with Papa Wemba. Brenda Fassie was a well-known pop star from South Africa who put out many albums and received honors. Her funeral was held in Langa in 2004 after she passed away from a drug overdose-related cardiac arrest. Bongani Fassie, her 19-year-old son, was left behind. Yvonne Chaka Chaka, 1965–present. Yvonne Chaka Chaka, a South African singer and songwriter, began her musical career at a young age. In 1981, as a young performer, she made history by becoming the first black kid to appear on South African television. Chaka Chaka, affectionately known as the Princess of Africa, rose to prominence in the music industry even when apartheid was in effect in South Africa. Chaka produced hit after hit. One of her songs, Thank You, Mr. DJ, was well known throughout Africa and in Nigeria. Lucky Dube, 1964–2007. A South African reggae legend named Lucky Dube was well known for his anti-apartheid songs and army camouflage clothing. Dube used music to communicate his political activism. He was known as the founder of African reggae music and was quite vocal. He began playing music at an early age and, when he was 18 years old, he joined his cousin's band. Afterward, they changed the group's name to Lucky Dube and the Super Soul, and created their debut album. Later, the word Super Soul was removed from the moniker, and Lucky Dube went on to create several successful albums and travel the globe. He was killed on October 18, 2007, in the early hours by armed robbers. Majek Fashek, 1963–2020. Rajesh Khanal was the previous stage name used by reggae legend and Nigerian singer-songwriter Mejikodunmi Fashik. He changed his stage name from Rajesh Khanal to Majek Fashek shortly after signing with Tabansi Records. This occurred about the same time that he published Prisoner of Conscience, the Smash album that made him famous. The Smash single, Bring Down the Rain, from this album gave him the nickname, The Rainmaker. Majek became the first African musician to sign with Interscope Records, an American record company, and in 1990, for an estimated $20 million, he released the successful album, Spirit of Love. Late music greats like Jimi Hendrix, Fela Kuti, and Bob Marley had a big impact on Majek's sound. The vocalist then invented his musical style, known as Kpangalo. Together with other well-known musicians from throughout the world, the vocalist has collaborated with Beyoncé, Tracy Chapman, Jimmy Cliff, and Michael Jackson. Angelique Kidjo, 1960–present. Angelique Kidjo is a well-known Beninese singer who is renowned for a creative fusion of several musical genres and her collaborations with musicians from around the world. She was born into a performing arts family and started on stage at the age of 6. She relocated to Paris in 1983, when she met French producer, composer, and bassist Jean Hebrel. In 1988, she finished recording her debut album, Beautiful. She recorded the internationally successful song Lagoso in 1991 with Ray Lima, Manu Dibango, and Branford Marsalis. Jazz, hip-hop, zouk, Zairian rumba, samba, salsa, funk, gospel, Cameroonian makassa, and diverse Beninese traditions were all represented on Kidjo's albums. Her sixth solo album, Black Ivory Soul, 2002, combined traditional West African rhythms with a Latin sound sensibility. In 2021, there was the release of Oyaya. 2004, Jin Jin, 2007, Oh, 2010, Spirit Rising, 2012, Eve, 2014, Sings, 2015, and Mother Nature. Kidjo was a vocal supporter of women's and children's health and education. Youssou N'Dour, 1959–present. Senegalese musician Youssou N'Dour is renowned for his incredible vocal range and for popularizing mbalax, a popular music genre in Senegal that combines traditional Wolof instrumental and vocal styles with Cuban and other South American popular genres. He was brought up in a devoted Sufi Muslim family and acquired Wolof as his native language. At age 16, he joined the Star Band de Dakar, a band with a strong local following that helped establish the mbalax musical subgenre. Etoile de Dakar was renamed Super Etoile de Dakar in the early 1980s following certain personnel changes. By including a set of Senegalese sabar drums and dividing their rhythms between the keyboards and electric guitars, N'Dour further Africanized the mbalax sound. His song lyrics touched on significant political and social problems like apartheid and the value of preserving African cultural identity in a globalized society. Midway through the 1980s, N'Dour's Super Etoile de Dakar introduced mbalax to Europe and North America. In 1986, he contributed vocals to Peter Gabriel's smash song In Your Eyes. He rose to fame thanks to his 1994 solo album The Guide, Wamet, and he later founded a Senegalese recording studio, record label, media outlet, and network of internet cafes. He made a comeback to the global stage in 1999 by planning the Great African Ball. While he was ineligible to run for president in 2012, N'Dour was a critic of Senegalese President Abdoulaye Wade. E.T. Mensah, 1919–1996. As the King of High Life music, Emmanuel Teddy Mensah, better known by his stage name E.T. Mensah, was a multi-instrumentalist Ghanaian artist. His band, The Tempos, made extensive tours in West Africa. They also had the privilege of performing for Kwame Nkrumah, the president. Awilo Longomba, 1962–present. His father, Vicky Longomba, was a composer and vocalist in the 1960s and 1970s who collaborated with Franco, the greatest star from Kinshasa of all time, as one of the founding members of Franco's OK Jazz. Awilo Longomba's skill did not come from elsewhere. The star of Awilo steadily and gradually climbed. He played the drums in Viva la Musica by Papa Wemba. He confessed in an interview that Papa Wemba taught him a lot and did a lot for musicians from the Congo. He was La Nouvelle Republique's drummer at the start of the 1990s, and he worked on the album Porokondo with them, 1994. Awilow's debut solo album, which was published in 1995, was well received by both the general public and reviewers due to its innovative compositional style and high caliber of production. The success of the second album was increased by singles like Coop by Bamba, which features the catchy lyrics, Comment tu appelles? I beckon, Coop Coop by Bamba. He continues in the same vein with his third album, fusing influences from soukous and techno. In nations like Cameroon and Nigeria, his popularity is perhaps much greater than it is in his own. And that brings us to the end of our Top 10 Celebrating African Music Legends video. We hope you enjoyed this musical journey through Africa and got to discover some of the most incredible musicians who have graced our world with their talents. We would love to hear your thoughts and comments, so feel free to share your favorite African music legends in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos celebrating the rich culture and diversity of Africa. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.